Hello, I'm Lucas Grant. I'm an MIT student at the University of Arkansas at Monticello, and this is the major presentation for the Introduction to Instructional Technology class. Today we're going to be talking about GPS/GIS, geocaching, and we're going to be talking about the applications in classrooms. Okay, so let's first talk about GPS. GPS, or Global Positioning System, is a system of Earth-orbiting satellites transmitting signals continuously towards the Earth that enables the position of a receiving device on or near the Earth's surface to be accurately estimated from the difference in arrival times of signals. GIS. GIS, or Geographic Information Systems, is a computer-based tool that analyzes, stores, manipulates, and visualizes geographic information on a map. GIS can show many different kinds of data on one map. This enables people to more easily see, analyze, and understand patterns and relationships. One thing about GIS is that it has a lot of information on it. On the bottom left over there, you see that the Red Cross made that for Fargo, North Dakota, and it's a flood map of all the areas that were affected by a huge flood. And on the right over there, you see you can see all the data layers. There's street data, buildings data, vegetation data, and all those integrated together. And GIS is different from a lot of the other ones because it's very, very analytical and very statistical too. And it's mainly used for industry, but schools use it too. I know UAM actually has a class on GIS. And for the rest of the material, we're going to be mainly talking about geocaching, but I wanted to bring up GIS because people do use GIS to make geocaching. Let's go on to geocaching. What is geocaching? Geocaching is the recreational activity of hunting for and finding a hidden object by means of GPS coordinates posted on a website. On May 1st, 2000, the Clinton administration allowed civilian use of very accurate GPS signals that had previously been reserved for military use. The first cache was established near Portland, Oregon, with its coordinates listed on an internet news group for GPS users. The caches are hidden globally and are usually filled with trinkets, a logbook, a writing utensil, and maybe a disposable camera. Today there are over 2 million known caches. Geocaching has become very popular, and I didn't know it was around for that long. The first time I heard it, I was in college, so it was around for a long time before anyone knew what it was, but it's blown up huge today. Okay, now let's go on to the required materials. Usually whenever you go over there, you're going to need a GPS receiver, a topographical map, and a compass. But other items you can bring are a flashlight, water container, cell phone, first aid kit, and cache treasures. Usually with geocaching, if you find a cache, there's sometimes treasures in there that you can, like keepsakes you can take. But the rule is if you take something, you also have to put something in, so it will never be empty. Let's go on to the next topic. Geocaching and education. That's really what we're here for today. I'm going to talk about several different subjects that geocaching can be used in. Okay, so first we're going to talk about science. Students can observe ecological topics like types of plants, ecosystems, and animal habitats. Like I for example, am going to be a biology teacher. I could put a cache near a type of tree, and students can go to that cache, find it, look at the tree, and look inside the cache and find like the scientific name of the tree and what animal lives in it and stuff like that. And also for that, and this is for any class, you can do quiz questions. But for biology, quiz questions about surroundings or about contents of the cache. Like a cache could have, like, let's say some type of dirt or soil, and you have to name what type it is in a quiz. Next, English. You could use questions and terms as to clues to where cache is, for like coordinates and stuff like that. And also for writing, it could be very important. It could be great for students to journal and write about their experiences while geocaching, and also discussing that too. They could discuss that in open forum as well. Mathematics, problem solving. You could give them an equation, and the answer would be a piece of the coordinate that they would have to go to, but they'd have to answer the question before they go to the coordinate. In geometry, you could use arrange caches in shapes like a triangle, or you can do different angles technology. Students will learn how to handle GPS and GIS software and hardware. They'll learn how to use computers. There's all kinds of awesome things online that they can learn how to use. History. Usually in a lot of landmarks, famous landmarks around the world, there's usually a geocache somewhere, and people will put descriptions, maybe first-hand accounts of what they've seen whenever they first got there, or maybe even like a historical description. Geography, understanding directions, topography, and longitude and latitude. That's a big deal because that's a very big deal for students. Okay, next, continued literacies. This is a biggie. Experience with compasses, maps, print information, digital information, mathematics, and environmental literacy. What that means by environmental literacy is reading their surroundings, and also in geocaching, there's a phrase called cache in, trash out, and that has to deal with a lot of the geocaching users will pick up trash and help clean up the environment. So that's a big deal, especially with science, but also literacies. Critical thinking. Geocaching is a great tool to help develop a student's problem-solving skills and informed decision-making. They're going to be, if they're in groups, they're going to be talking about what to do and where to go, and they're going to have supervision, but a lot of times it's just going to be, them making the decisions about where to go next. Types of caches, and I have a website right here. Types of caches. There's a traditional geocache, like we were talking about. Mystery or puzzle caches, you have to solve something to know where the cache is. Multi-cache, that's like you go from one cache and the clue leads you to another cache, which leads you to another cache, and eventually you get to a cache where there's a logbook and you can sign it. An Earth cache, that's a cache about, you go there and you learn information about the Earth. Letterbox hybrid, letterboxes are a form of geocache to where it's mainly just clues, but a geocache letterbox hybrid is like the actual cache with the letterbox. And that's all I'm going to go through right now. Okay, travel bugs. A travel bug is an item which is trackable, which looks similar to a dog tag. You can see on the bottom right. The tag is stamped with a tracking number and the geocaching.com website address. It's property of, it's trademarked by geocaching.com. It is moved from cache to cache with the unique tracking number, allowing its movements to be tracked online. What this is good for is like certain missions. Like if, let's say, I had a dog tag, and the mission was I wanted it to go from Monticello to Little Rock to New York. That's what, if somebody picked it up, they would do that. And there's also certain websites online that would help with that. Like if you can't make it to New York, somebody else could pick up that and send it and make it to New York with it. Okay. Meeting educational standards. Being a biology teacher, I focused on the next generation science standards. The following list are science and engineering practices from the frameworks of that. Asking questions and defining problems, developing and using models, planning and carrying out investigations, analyzing and interpreting data, using mathematics and computational thinking, constructing explanations and designing solutions, engaging in argument from evidence, and obtaining, evaluating, and communicating information. All that seems to cover in geocaching, and geocaching just seems like a great experiment to use in a science class. Incorporating geocaching in learning transforms the traditional classroom into a real-world, inquiry-based, exploratory learning environment that is a student-centered and teacher-facilitated, like I said earlier. It encourages self-discovery, independent and collaborative thinking, problem-solving, and critical thinking skills that the next generation scientific standard emphasize as being crucial to preparing students for the 21st century STEM careers. Advantages of geocaching. It supports new ways of learning and real life learning. Promotes community connections and the potential use of primary sources. Promotes interdisciplinary and collaborative learning, and most of all, it's really, really fun. I don't know of any student who wouldn't want to go outside and do that. In my science career, in high school at least, we never really went outside, so that would be a really welcoming thing for students, I'm sure. Websites. Geocaching.com. I have several websites here. Let's look at the first one. Okay, this one it's with education, and there are a lot of links here about what geocaching is, educational screencasts about what we can do, starter kits, and down here at the bottom there's a forum that you can go to, and as you can see, there are all kinds of teachers on here that post, and you can compare and contrast and talk to teachers about geocaching. So next website. This is really cool. I actually have the app on my phone right now. And after this, sooner or later I plan to go geocaching. I haven't yet, but I really, really want to now. I'm going to type in my zip code that I'm at now, and boom, look at that. There is a geocache 2/10 of a mile north away from me. And as you can see, all the dates of last found. There's one found, a couple found this month still. Let me go to another one now. I thought this was really, really cool. You type in Arkansas National Parks, or Arkansas State Parks, and there are geocaches at these parks. And I think it's a really cool thing that students could do this summer. Really, really cool thing. Okay, waymaking. I'm not going to go there, but it's it's kind of like geocaching, except it's more destination caching. You're going to go to a destination, and you get to see something awesome, like a building or something, or like a historical monument. Atlas Quest. It's mainly letterboxing. That's what that is the whole time, just clues, but it's really cool. Okay, in conclusion, I learned a whole lot about geocaching, and I didn't know anything about it. I just heard about it from friends, and I wasn't interested in it at all, but I saw it and I was like, I want to learn more about that. And I will definitely use it in my classroom, and in a biology environment that this could be used greatly by me. So I just want to thank everybody for their time. For those of you listening to me, and y'all have a great day. And here's my bibliography and everything else.